Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my read through of Psychedelica of the Ashen Hawk. This is Mousy coming at you with another episode. Um, we had a very long episode last time. It was quite a drinking game or a contest, whatever. And thankfully, for all those years of eating Francisca's horrible cooking, I was able to win said drinking contest. So, with that being said, um, yeah, I enforced, at least until the masquerade was a success, that everybody, both the Hawk Clan and the Wolf Clan, get along. Um, yeah, so now we're all working together, and hopefully something sparks in these people's hearts to not be such McPricks to everybody, or the opposite clan at least. But yeah, let's continue. Though my legs were still shaky, I managed to make it to the tower. Oh, good, Ashen Hawk isn't back yet. I felt like a kid who just came home after doing something bad, though truthfully, I could never see Ashen Hawk as a father. I threw myself onto the bed and quickly lost consciousness. Hmm. Oh, he's back. After coming back to the tower yesterday, I fell asleep immediately. I didn't drink it directly, but the alcohol's effects were pretty powerful. Or perhaps I was just especially sensitive to it. Now then, time to see how the town is today. It would be hard to believe that the wolves and the hawks would change all that much after just one day. If my expectations were too high, the disappointment would be greater. But still, I headed out to town a little earlier than usual with my heart thumping nervously. Oh, well, look at that. Whatever. um, oh boy. Did I miss anything before? I don't know. Let's go see Lawrence. Even though he's not available anymore, which, I mean, cheers, but recently I had been coming to the church every day that I came into town, and today was no exception. This time, other familiar faces were there. Levon? Levi?
お前、どうしたんだ？
お前も教会に用事か？
Well, sort of.
僕から仕事を頼んでいるんだ。おはよ
う。Good morning, Lawrence. Lawrence came out of the chapel and gave a short explanation.
ああ、そういや母さんも言ってたな。お前が教会にあった置物を探してるとかなんとか。そのカレイドビアとかいうやつだったんだな。
まだ見つかっていないのか？
Nope. Yes, well, so what are you two doing here?
今年のマスカレードではここを訪れる人も多いだろうからな。いくつか打ち合わせを。
探し物が見つからなかったら誰も来ねえかもな。
That was right, but he said it so harshly. I was sure Levi didn't mean any harm.
だったらあんたも手伝ってあげれば。
あ？なんだお前。
この子はエルリック。うちの教会で預かってる子で。
金髪の子供でエルリック？確か前に。
ああ、お前！こいつが探してたコソ泥の坊主じゃねえか。
今はそんなことしてない。 それにあんたたちが手伝わないから僕が泥臭い兄ちゃんの面倒を見てるんだよ。少しは感謝してよね。
I don't recall him ever offering help.
そうか。それは感謝しないといけないな。
本当に役に立ってんのかよ、お前みたいなガキが。
あんたよりはよっぽど役に立ってるよ。
お前面白えな、生意気で。
Levi started mussing Elric's hair.
おい、やめろ。
レビ、このくらいの頃のお前はもっと生意気だったぞ。
似た者同士気が合うのかな。
こいつが二人か。考えたくないな。
Levon and Lawrence looked on with a gentle expression. Seemed like these two were similar too.
いやいや、これと比べたら俺なんて可愛い方だろ。
冗談でもやめてよね。こんなのと似てるなんて。だから頭触るなよ。
The four of them were getting along just fine. I didn't particularly have any business here. I'd hate to interfere, so I decided to leave. Huh. That really was short. The back alleys waved through the gaps in town. I decided to check the place out, but as expected, there was no one to be found. As I turned around to leave,
こんな場所で何をしている？
hey, someone called to me. Lucas, what about you?
警備箇所の確認だ。祭りの期間はボルグだけでは手が足りんだろうからな。
So you're saying you'll cooperate with the wolves?
そういう約束だろう。
Another 10 points. I wasn't doubting Lucas, but seeing him actually keep the promise we made gave me a sense of relief.
それで、お前は？
Huh?
質問の答えがまだだ。こんな場所で何をしていた？
I was just wandering around.
軽い気持ちで来るな。以前にも言ったが、ここでは殺人事件も起きている。決して安全な場所ではない。
Sorry.
危険なことは、俺やボルグの跡取りどもにやらせておけばいい。わかったら、さっさと帰れ。
He got mad at me, or rather more like a scolding. I didn't think I was so weak that he needed to say that to me. I remained, so he started glaring at me. Probably should get out of here. But there was one thing I wanted to say. Thank you for yesterday.
礼を言われる覚えはない。
I know, but still, thank you. His brow still furrowed, but his eyes weren't cold. He seemed to express a lot more emotion than I thought, like yesterday.
何を笑っている？
I'm not. I quickly tightened my lips. Thanks for helping me with the masquerade. Thanks for helping with the masquerade.
ああ。
I suppressed the urge to stay longer and talk and decided to move on. She really does have the hots for him, I think. Is that? I walked around town and saw a girl happily skipping along. Normally, I wouldn't even talk to her, but after what happened yesterday, it would be strange if I didn't at least say hi. Hello, T. She looks like she's about to explode. It seemed like she was shocked, to say the least. But she seemed to be in high spirits when I observed her earlier. What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
そんなことは決して全く。
But you're all red. You're sweating a lot. I reached out to her forehead. My goodness. Oh, you're a little feverish. Maybe you should go home and get some rest.
でも、私もお兄様の手伝いを。
She's shaking like a leaf. Help with what?
飾り付けとか、女の私でもできることがありますし。もちろんお約束通り、ボルグの人たちとも一緒に。
She was keeping our promise from yesterday. That did make me happy, but I didn't want her to get sick over it. I'm thankful to you, but don't push yourself. There are plenty of opportunities to help until the day of the masquerade.
はい。やっぱり、あなた様お優しい。
Uh,
あ、やだ。違うんです。今のは
ほほん、これはこれは。
Levi, you be nice. It was Levi's voice. What was he doing here?
見てたの野良犬。
Hey, remember what you said.
野良犬じゃなくて名前で呼べって言われたろ。なんなら俺のこともレビ様って呼んでもいいんだぜ。
Don't push your luck, buddy.
呼ぶわけないでしょ。頭がおかしいじゃありませんの。
Sometimes I wonder that myself.
しっかしまあ、ひよこのくせに色気づきやがって。こりゃ面取りになる日も近いかもな。
Oh, Levi, you're... I mean, that is funny. I'll give you that. But now you guys are even. No more calling her little chick. And no more calling him dog. Smelly one. A fat hen.
ならないわよ。私はファルジよ。鷹になるのよ。
I doubt you'll become a real hawk. I wonder if Levi knew why T was like this. Levi, does T seem to be acting strange?
そりゃまあ、つか、お前が気づいてないのかよ。
Huh?
しょうがねえな。教えてやるか。
Levi put his face close to my ear to whisper a secret. It kind of tickled.
ダメよ。言わないで。言っちゃダメ。
ズバリ。こいつはお前に惚れちまったんだ。
Oh, that poor girl, man. Don't go putting her freaking secrets, even though it's probably not a secret at this point. It's especially since you yelled it right now. You're gonna make her, like, squeal so hard and run home. That's not nice, Levi. He wasn't even whispering. He said it so loud that everyone around could hear. T fell in love with me? Did I hear Levi right? I mean, T looked like she wanted out of this. No way. Why would T like me?
昨日のお前の男っぷりはなかなかだったからな。免疫がなきゃコロッといっちまって。
You really shouldn't joke about that stuff. I mean, that is true.
いや、冗談じゃ。本当にお前は鈍いっつうか天然っつうか。
Yes, that is true too. She is a little bit dense still, but she's only just starting to bloom, blossom, whatever. Uh, T, as much as I think that you're annoying, um, I do apologize for his behavior. Okay? It's alright. I'll just pretend I didn't hear it.
ほら、お前からも言ってやれ。私、あなた様のことが好きなんですって。
That's not nice, Levi. Leave her alone. You had that coming, Levi. A dull thud. T's right fist was buried into Levi's gut. That had to hurt. Ooh, yeah. Stomach shots.
てめえ、何を。
許さない。あなただけは絶対に許しませんわ。
If T was that mad about it, could it be true? T, please calm down.
でも、この野良犬が。
Yes, I know, but it's okay. If you really do feel that way about me even a little, I really appreciate it. Of course, I would never be able to respond to T's feelings for me.
私、手伝いがありますから、失礼いたしますわ。
Okay. Hey, T! She swiftly ran off. I'm sure she would calm down eventually. I should talk to her soon. The wolves and the hawks had always been at each other's throats. But if we could get along like this, there'd be nothing better.
くそ。待て、ひよこ。
It's your own fault for teasing a girl about her feelings like that.
痛くて動けねえ。なあ、頼む。肩を貸して。
I think you should stay right there and think about what you did. I left Levi squirming in pain and headed off elsewhere. That's funny. Hold on. I could have sworn. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping. All right. Let's do the main story. Go back to the tower. Walking through town made the time fly by quickly. I didn't make any progress today on the search for the Kaleidonia, but I returned to the tower satisfied. Hey. Huh? I was having dinner that night with the Overlord, who was back after a long while away. Was it so obvious? Does it look that way?
そうかそうか。そんなに私との食事を心待ちにしてくれていたのか。
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm having a big smile on my face today after so long of being away from you. No.
最近留守にすることが多かったから、寂しい思いをさせてしまったね。
Actually, I was able to sleep. I said no.
冗談は置いといて。何かあったのかな？
That was supposed to be a joke? The atmosphere around town is much better.
おお、
The wolves and the hawks will be cooperating at least until the masquerade. That makes me happy. Why? Are you coming up like that? What? Why are you so quiet?
いや、無邪気に喜ぶ様があまりに可愛くてね。つい見入ってしまった。
Ay, ay, ay. You are a sweetheart, though. As dense as you can be. Stop joking about that stuff.
今のは冗談じゃないんだがな。
Aww. Anyway, hurry up and eat or I can't clean up. I need to leave early tomorrow.
食事もゆっくり味わわせてもらえないとは。我ながらなんと気遣いもなく手厳しい従者を雇ってしまったものか。
Taking care of the master's health is also the servant's duty. You've walked around aimlessly enough, so perhaps you should rest early tonight.
遊び歩いていたわけでもないんだがな。
Flying around, it doesn't matter. You were out and about. The next day, I quickly got changed and started my day with the task of stuffing bread inside the mouth of my master who was still slaying. I'm sorry, but she can be so mean to this guy. Started my day with the task of stuffing bread inside the mouth of my master, who was still lying lazily in bed. At least warm it up first before shoving frozen bread in his mouth. I went outside into the cold morning air and took a deep breath. Oof. The morning felt slightly more refreshing than usual. My goodness, you could actually hear birds. If only I can find the Kaleidovia. Francisca's face came to mind for some reason. If the wolves and the hawks continued like this, I was sure the preparations would go fine. If the Kaleidovia could be found, then the masquerade festival would be a success. Then I could receive the reward from the church and leave town with the money. But that was only if I could complete the task. I'd be sure to keep everything that's happened in this town as a precious memory. Oh, so that's her decision. I took another deep breath of the cold air before heading to town. My goodness. My goodness. Huh. Alright. At the church. I entered the church and took a deep breath. The calm atmosphere helped me feel at ease. I let out a sigh of relief. I didn't see Lawrence or Elric anywhere. I walked down the aisle and passed by an old man who nodded to me. The church is really calming. I sat down on a chair and looked around the church. I suddenly felt so relaxed. It was right after hustling through a job, so perhaps I was feeling extra tired. I'm getting sleepy. I couldn't let myself fall asleep here. I shook my head, but it didn't help. So many things have happened recently. I tried to make an excuse for myself. The fighting between the wolves and the hawks had calmed down for the time being, but I still hadn't found the Kaleidovia. Because I sometimes dressed as a man or a woman, there were more things I had to keep in mind. I need to continue doing my regular work or else I wouldn't even be able to earn any income. The more I thought about it, the more my head hurt, but it was also the fact that I was feeling fulfilled. Getting everyone to come together to enjoy the masquerade is slowly coming true. But I'll need to find the Caledovia for that to truly happen. As I continued to think, my consciousness faded, taking me into a dream world. My eyes caught on something as I was scanning the room. Now, why would you fall asleep here? The impulse of waking you up and feelings of sheer luck came together in my heart. Is this from Lavon's perspective? There was no one else in the church, so the ladder was much stronger. I slowly crouched. We were the only ones here. I gave thanks to the serene atmosphere. The calm of the air won't ignite the smoldering embers within me. I held my breath in silence. I moved my face closer to hear you breathe. Lavon? That pale skin, your lowered eyelashes, short hair the color of the night that slid right through when I touched it. I moved my fingers a bit lower and then stopped. I touched your soft hair once more to check your temperature. Warm. A gentle sort of warmth. I felt both your warmth and your soft breathing on my skin. I thought that was enough for me.
今はそれだけでも。
A small whisper echoed only between us. I stroked your head, filled with a certain emotion. I heard a sound from the door behind me and nonchalantly stood up. How long had he been back there? I greeted him, trying to remain calm.
今日は随分盛況みたいだな。寝入った信者が一人だけとは。
You have to know. You have to know, and you've been in love with this chick for the longest freaking time, huh?
そうだね。おかげで訪問に全然気がつかなかったよ。
He responded with the usual smile, so I smiled back. Lawrence then said something I did not expect.
内緒にした方がいいのかな？
I froze. I'd hope he hadn't noticed. I thought about playing dumb, but my hesitation would reveal everything, so I decided against it.
そうしてもらえるとありがたい。
わかったよ。秘すれば花とも言うからね。
Huh. He smiled back at me. I honestly could not figure this man out.
にしても、君は嘘がうまいんだね。あまり人のことは言えないけど、驚くよ。
まあ、口先で丸め込むのも仕事のうちだ。
なるほど。じゃあ、神父の真似事をしている僕もその点では負けないか。
When he said that, I couldn't do anything but laugh. For a moment, our conversation halted, but soon enough, Lawrence broke the silence.
でも、思いは伝えられる時に伝えないと、いつか後悔するかもしれないよ。
His whisper seemed to carry some weight to it. Regret. I had always lived my life in a way to have no regrets. I kept this emotion deep inside so that I wouldn't regret it. And here I was, regretting. I thought I had made the best choices. I was confident I did the right thing. But what if everything I had done was a mistake?
後悔したことがあるのか？
そうだね。後悔するには遅すぎて、言葉で言い表せないくらいには。
そうか。 助言はありがたく頂戴しておこ
おせっかいだけどね。もう僕はまっすぐ進むしか道がないから、迷える子羊にあれこれ言いたくなってしまうんだ。
う。迷える子羊か。
We looked at each other and laughed. He's in love with her. But, like I said before, he has to have known. He must be older than her and remember when she first came to the Wolf Manor and was being taken care of. He probably even helped take care of her too. But has just kept this a secret. I mean, we won't know until, it's known, but we'll have to see. I heard someone's voice. I was still sleepy. I felt like the dream world was clinging on to me like mud. I heard the kind voice that I wanted to hear again and again. I wanted to hear them one more time. I wanted to feel that warmth one more time. But I soon forgot what exactly it was that I wanted. Huh? I blinked. I rubbed my eyes and saw the chapel.
子羊が目を覚ましたらしいね。
Huh? Oh! I was asleep. I jumped up and slapped my own face. Noticed that Levon was also there.
おはよ
Good morning. You could have woken me up, you know.
う。そうだな。よだれの跡がついてる。
Thanks for pointing that out. Huh? Where?
冗談だ。
Jeez, don't joke about stuff like that. They saw me sleeping here and teased me for it. I felt so embarrassed that my face was getting hot.
じゃあお茶でも入れてこようか。もう少しゆっくりしていくといい。
ああ。
Huh? Levon responded, but did not look at Lawrence. Something about this felt weird. What were you talking about with Lawrence?
まあ、少し。
He didn't say anything else. Something didn't feel right. Levon always looked at people in the eye when talking to them. Maybe something happened, but it didn't feel right for me to ask right now.
お前は何か夢でも見たか？
Huh? Was I asleep for that long? I think I was, but maybe I wasn't. I don't remember.
そうか。教会で見る夢なら、さぞかしいい夢かと思ったがな。
Yeah. Well, I guess it wasn't a nightmare. It felt pleasant.
なら、よかった。
Levon's smile was unusually gentle. I couldn't imagine him being sarcastic with that kind of expression, so my face grew hotter again. He must have seen me asleep. I hope I wasn't making any strange faces. I think it was a nice nap regardless. Still feeling a sort of comfortable drowsiness, I spent some more time at the church. Levon. Is everybody like in love with this chick or what? Go on. I mean, even Lucas, if I was wearing the wig. Right now he's probably like, why do I have these feelings towards another dude? Let me see if there's anything new here.
何をお探しですかな？
Ah, look at that. An episode of A Certain Man. Ooh. View from the notes screen of the flowchart. An episode of The Tower Overlord. An episode of A Certain Woman. An episode of The Ashen Hawk. Huh. Huh. Okay. Ugh. I should probably end up doing all those pretty soon here. Okay, so, I mean, luckily for me, these don't get deleted or whatever. So that's 45, 55, 65, 75, 85. I have enough to buy all of them. And I still have to do the ones that are in there right now. I mean, should I do that now or should I do it later? Dang, I don't know. I'm at a total loss about this. I mean, they're short episodes. Maybe I should wait until, like, towards the end of the of this route, whatever it is, and then we could just go back, and I will show you guys these. Just not the other ones, because the other ones are just... Some of them are interesting, like, you ask the people what their favorite foods are and stuff, which, Levi loves cheese, hates meat. Levon loves meat, and, Lucas isn't necessarily fond of anything in particular, but he's not too fond of sweets. I can't necessarily remember anybody else's. But, yeah. We'll wait.
またいらしてくださいませ。
You are a very interesting individual, too. I mean, why would you suggest to have a drinking game or a drinking contest and then disappear within that moment, But yeah. We'll come back. Okay. Listen here. I was reading through Otome Kitten, her little walkthrough and stuff, and said that you could switch back and forth between the male version and the female version to get different sides of the story. So I'm really wanting to see what's up with that. I don't know if I should do the male's one first. I'll go ahead and do the female. Looks like the female doesn't really have a lot, so... Oh. Okay. Forgotten Dream. Let's go see what he has to say. And as the female. I took this request in my usual outfit, and this one was from when I was investigating in women's clothes. I had gotten used to properly playing the parts of both man and woman. But there were still times when I got confused. Putting on a disguise was troublesome enough. Ashen Hawk, I'm going to head to town. I called to him, but he was nowhere to be found. I thought he'd be lying around somewhere all morning. Could it be? I had a hunch and went over to Ashen Hawk's bed. I pulled away the blanket. Ashen Hawk, why are you still asleep while the sun is up, huh? She's so confused now. Not only was he not there, there was no indication that he had ever gotten into bed. I looked around the room and to look for him again. Did he go out? He'd usually say something before going out, but he did forget sometimes. It wasn't out of the question for him to just leave. I looked in the kitchen, by the fireplace, the sides of the bookshelves, and still, he was nowhere to be found. Is he really gone? Right when I was about to give up, I heard someone's voice. Is he having a nightmare? I looked for the source of the voice and finally found where he was. I also realized why I couldn't find him earlier. I pulled away the blanket just as I did earlier and yelled, "Why are you sleeping in my bed, Ashen Hawk?" Oh my god. Oh. That's funny. Unfortunately, I received no response. He's fast asleep. I reached out to shake him on the shoulder, but I realized something for the first time. He was frowning in pain. Oh no. His mouth seemed to be moving as if he were trying to tell me something. We'd been living together for a long time, but I had never seen him like this before. Now that I think about it, Ashen Hawk always maintained a calm face. I had never seen him angry or worried. Ashen Hawk? He groaned with an angry expression. His fingers were digging into the bed. Was he having a bad dream? I really had never seen him like this before, so I didn't know what to do. If I was having a bad dream, he would probably gently wake me up. Kiss his eyelid and smile? No, that wasn't going to happen. I mean, you gotta help him some way. But that hesitation vanished when I saw Ashen Hawk's expression. His halting mumblings seemed like he was trying to break out of his dreams. Ashen Hawk, are you alright? I cautiously went near him and called his name. Before I could shake him by the shoulders, he slowly got up. The way he moved reminded me of a doll. Or a ghost. Dude, are you okay? Is he awake? His eyes were open, but he was squinting while looking far away. He looked at whatever it was as if it were a target of hatred or regret. Ashen Hawk. I got the feeling he would wander off and disappear, so I called his name once more. His shoulders moved at the sound of his name, and he slowly turned to me.
Kimi ka.
Thank goodness. It was the usual Ashen Hawk. Although all this was strange, I felt relieved. Did you have a bad dream?
どうだろうか。忘れてしまった。
Oh well. That's good. He wore his usual suspicious smile, but there was a hint of pain in it. You remember, don't you? So stoic. He then mumbled as if he were talking to himself.
何か大事なことを忘れてしまったようだ。
Huh? He didn't respond. Maybe he wasn't fully awake yet. I looked at his face, and the next moment he fell on me. Ashen Hawk! Oh. Ay. Ashen Hawk? His arms wrapped around my back and he gently embraced me. His clothes rubbed against my cheek. They felt ice cold. But his arms around me were gentle. Ashen Hawk's back was rounded, and it felt as if he was protecting me from something. But that only lasted a few moments. Ah. He gently let go of me and smiled.
肌を寄せ合うことは一時の寂しさを紛らわせてくれる。でも私は君の体温を奪ってしまうな。
I was confused for a brief moment, but this was probably Ashen Hawk's usual jokes. The free-spirited, gentle overlord of the tower. We'll freeze if we stay together.
そんなにかい？なら道連れにして氷漬けになってもらうしかないな。
No way. I don't want to die with you. Damn.
もしくは君に溶かしてもらおうか。愛の熱さか慈しみの温かさで。
I don't know why, but this guy's funny. I like this guy. I refuse to do that either. You're on your own.
私の体が氷のようなら、君の心も氷のようだな。今少しの温情をいただきたいね。
But I am kind. You're lucky I didn't kick you out when you were sleeping in my bed.
その格好で人を蹴るのはよろしくないね。
I mean, that's true too. Oh, look at that smile. Shit-eating grin. It's not proud for you to kick someone. Yeah, it's not. I felt relieved that he was back to normal as we joked around. Even if he was such a free spirit, Ashen Hawk always returned here.
それにしても。
Frowning, he looked at me from head to toe. I was wondering what he was thinking, but he quickly continued his thoughts with a hint of disapproval.
君は小さいな。私はもう少し胸元に丸みがある女性が好みなのだが。
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Whatever. I swung my fist at Ashen Hawk. Oh boy, that's... I mean, you should have expected that too. I heard a dull thud. I shouldn't have felt worried about you.
心配してくれていたんだね。ありがとう。しかし私は君と違って体を鍛えてないんだ。少しは手加減してくれないかな。
Oh, I wish you were more endowed than you are too. Get pumped, Piggle. It's your own fault. You should think before you speak.
私が言いたいのはもっと栄養のあるものを食べた方がいいんじゃないかってことだよ。
Oh, is that right? Yeah. Then please, I'm going to stick with the same thing I just told you. Think before you speak and make sure that it's not in any way to be misinterpreted. If I'm just really skinny, that's say that I'm too skinny. You really need to think before you speak. Whose fault do you think that is? Whose fault do you think it is that we're so poor?
なるほど。貧乏は体まで貧しくさせてしまうんだね。
Don't say that while looking at my Don't say that while looking at my chest. I can't say that straight. How dare you say that? I'll admit that I had compared myself with Francisca and the tavern lady before. But I had to bind my breast ever since they started to grow. That must partially have something to do with it. No, it must be completely because of that. If you were to go out and get a job to pay for the cost of food, I'd get plumper.
なんて残酷なことを言うんだ君は。私だって君の血となり肉となる覚悟はできているとも。
Aw. I'm not talking about extremes here.
しかし亡霊の好みではままならない。ああ、せめて君の手を握ることができたら。
You just touched it earlier.
君は不服を申し立てねば生きていけないタイプかな。
I do feel bad for this guy sometimes, but at the same time, that other one I was just like, whoa. Even I was like, ooh, boy. It's because you keep saying weird things. If you're not satisfied with our situation, then please work harder on your end, master.
そうだったね。君は毎日よく頑張っているよ。従者よ。
It is an honor, my lord. Anyway, I'm off to town. I patted down the wrinkles on my skirt and prepared to go into town. But Ashen Hawk stared at me while I did that. What is it?
いやー、女性の従者もなかなかいいものだと思ってね。
Ay, ay, ay. What am I gonna do with you, Ashen Hawk?
君がその格好を気に入っているのなら、塔の中ではそのまま過ごしたらどうだ？
I'm doing this for a job, okay? Never. After saying that, I turned around and left. Jeez, I was so worried about him too. It was a mistake to be considerate of him. No. He's hiding something. He's got some pains or something. Inner turmoil. That's why he's a ghost that's stuck on Earth. As I walk through the snow, a different emotion surfaces. But what was wrong with him? His sharp gaze had wandered somewhere far away. Everyone had bad dreams, but I didn't understand his expression right after he woke up. What was that? Who was that? Ashen Hawk. I kind of feel bad for him. Like, bruh. He's a sweet dude. Let's see here. I probably should end this because goodness knows it's, these short stories are going to last for a while, I think. But we shall see. Yeah, I'm gonna end this episode right here. Again, everyone, thank you for continuing on with this read-through, walk-through, whatever you want to consider it. I'm still trying to decide when the decisions come, which angle I'm gonna be going for. Let's see. Well, I'll figure that out as I go, I guess. Again, thank you, and Don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're not already. And I'm looking forward to reading alongside more of this story with you. And if it's still day, have a good day. If it's night, have a good night. Sleep well, rest well, and I will see you on the next episode. Alright, take care. Bye bye now.